Okay, if you're building a career in IT, you know that hands-on lab time is everything. But what if the way you're building those labs is actually holding you back? Let's dive in and explore a tool that could completely change how you prep for your certs and really how you build your entire career.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's that feeling of trying to build a complex network lab, spending hours and hours on it, only to realize one tiny mistake has sent you all the way back to square one. It is a huge and super frustrating time sink.
I bet it does. If you've ever studied for a CCNA or a CCNP, you have absolutely felt this pain. That endless loop of manual setups, troubleshooting, and then just starting all over again. It's kind of like a shared nightmare for so many of us in this field. So let's really break down that old, frustrating way. This is the traditional approach to building network labs. And honestly, it's where so much of our valuable study time just vanishes into thin air. You know the drill. The process is so painstaking. You're either connecting physical cables or you're dragging and dropping virtual ones in a simulator. Then you're typing line after line after line into the CLI for every single device. And then it's almost inevitable, right? A typo or some small misconfiguration, and you have to tear a whole thing down and do it all over again. It's not just inefficient, it's genuinely demoralizing. But what if there was a better way? This is where a revolution in code comes into play. We're talking about an approach called infrastructure as code, and it completely flips the script on how we do lab setups. At its core, infrastructure as code, or IAC for short, means you define your entire lab, your routers, switches, connections, the whole shebang, in a simple text file. No more clicking and dragging, no more manual CLI marathons. You write the code one time and the machine builds it for you, perfectly, every single time. And that brings us to the hero of this explainer, Netlab. See, Netlab is the tool that makes IAC totally accessible for network engineers. It uses these simple YAML scripts, which are actually really easy to read and write, to automate your entire lab creation from start to finish. So let's put these two methods head to head. I think seeing the difference side by side is where the real power of this approach becomes crystal clear. Now just look at this chart. The difference here is staggering. We're not talking about a small improvement. We're talking about something that could take hours or even days with a traditional setup being reduced to just a few minutes with Netlab. Think about that. All those hours you get back, they aren't just saved time. They're time you can now reinvest into actually learning. And you know, this chart brilliantly illustrates that it's not just about time. Look at reproducibility. With Netlab, your lab setup is perfect and identical every single time. It supports multiple vendors, so you're not locked into just one ecosystem. All of this directly speeds up your learning because you're busy experimenting, not just configuring. Oh, and on top of all that, it's lower cost and way more scalable than buying and managing physical gear. Netlab wins across the board. So, okay, the tool's efficiency is clear, but how does that translate into something bigger? Let's talk about the hidden return on investment for your career. This, right here, is where it gets really exciting. So here's the crucial point. Every minute you save by automating your lab is a minute you can spend mastering a new protocol, practicing for a certification, or exploring some advanced topic. This isn't just an efficiency gain, it is a genuine career accelerator. And the benefits are so concrete. They directly impact your value in the job market. You can prepare for your certifications way faster. You get more hands-on practice, which builds real solid confidence. And critically, you start learning automation, DevOps, and IAC skills, three of the absolute hottest areas in IT today. This makes you instantly more job ready. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Look at what employers are looking for right now. Automation, DevOps, IAC, cloud skills, this stuff is in massive demand. Using a tool like Netlab doesn't just teach you networking. It immerses you in the exact skills and the mindset that modern tech companies are hiring for. This all brings us to the bottom line. Embracing a tool like Netlab isn't just about finding a better way to study for a test. It's a strategic choice you're making about the entire direction and the longevity of your career in IT. This quote from the source material really says it all. The industry is moving towards automation, and fast. By adopting these tools now, you're not just keeping up, you are getting way ahead of the curve. You are actively future-proofing your skill set against the changes that are reshaping the entire world of networking. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Take an honest look at how you're spending your study time.
Is your lab setup a hurdle you have to constantly overcome, or is it a launch pad that's propelling you into the skills and the career you really want? The choice and the tools are right there for you.